Hey, 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 hey. How's it going?
Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, buddy?
Oh my God, my best buddy. We're sitting together. I'm Ken Sanity. I'm joined with Saucy Mailman, the most beloved, favorited federal employee in the United States, in Northern America.
Yep.
We're sitting in our log cabin, and we're here to cast the final match of Into the Wild Hearthstone League, week one.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting. I'm excited at least.
Definitely, definitely. I think with our match today is Danny Donuts versus Mr. Dollsteak.
Yep.
So both very, very well respected wild legend players. Mr. Dolstake, a big frequenter of the wild Hearthstone Reddit, and also I think he's a contributor for Vicious Syndicate, the wild snapshot, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and and Danny Donuts, of course, legendary player, has been on Into the Wild many times. Just a great guy.
Yeah, both real good people. I didn't get to see both of their deck lists in depth, but I did see Danny Donuts, so it should be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I really expected Danny to bring Star Aligner Druid because he talked it up so much
Yeah.
and made me craft that deck, but he did not bring that. But he brought a lot of cool stuff, so it should be really exciting, and we'll probably go over those decks a little bit more when the games start. But let's tell you a little bit more about the Into the Wild League format.
Yeah.
And so the Into the Wild League utilizes the innovative format introduced by the United Hearthstone League. What that is that matches are played once per week in a best of five conquest format, where players are required to win with all three classes to achieve victory. Every other week, there will be a deck building challenge with unique rules. All matches use the wild format. And players are, of course, required to bring all nine classes, three per week, and there are no bans. So this week is the first week. Players may choose any three classes, and there are no restrictions this week. So just a straight up wild format match. Week two, players choose three out of the remaining six classes. Week three, players bring their three remaining classes. So if this week you bring Druid, Warlock, and Hunter, the following week you have to pick from the other six, and so on and so forth.
Yep, yep.
Uh, yep. Week four, class selection resets. Players again free to choose from all the nine classes, and so on. And once a class has been selected for use in a particular week, that class may not be used again until all remaining classes have been selected, even if the player did not get to play or finish those matches.
Yeah, it makes for a lot of just fun, interesting matches. I like having the restrictions, so then you don't just get to see the same meta decks every week.
Yep, definitely, and it gets the players to experience, more of the classes, and the viewers at home get to see a good representation of all the classes, and as opposed to everyone playing Druid, Warlock, and Warrior or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So
All right, should we get these underway?
let's do it. I'm so excited.
All right, let me let them know they're good to go, and then we'll
Yeah, I
do the
mean,
thing.
yeah, let's do it. Danny, I think he's bringing Warrior, Paladin, and Shaman, which would be super interesting. So, and then Mr. Dollsteak bringing Warlock. I don't know if he brought a Hunter list today. We'll find out
Yeah,
soon enough.
waiting for the almighty client. One day we'll get tournament mode to make this easier on us.
Yeah, bear with us. Bear with us. We're just enjoying some marshmallows by our little log fire cat. Actually,
Yeah.
you know what, man? I
So we're both in our log cabins this week, obviously, if you couldn't tell. All right, I
yeah.
think it should be working. Let's just make sure that it's actually working. All right, it looks like it should be. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I must protect the
So Mr. Dollstick, he brought Druid Warlock Rogue, and looks like a token Druid. He's got a Diamond, Firefly, and is it a Market Lotus?
Yeah, I haven't seen a ton of token druid lately on the ladder popping up.
Yeah, definitely. It's not the most popular Druid deck of choice right now, I guess, but it's nice to see.
And then it looks like some kind of control warrior from Mr. Donuts.
Yep, yep.
And I don't know if that's my client being slow or if they're still mulliganing.
Hmm. I don't know. I think MrDollSteak mulliganed already, but I'm not sure about Danny.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Sometimes I don't trust the client fully.
No, I feel you. So MrDollSteak playing his turn 1 Dire Mole on curve.
My greetings.
See what Danny does here.
And you got to get that turn 1 greeting in. That's kind of the most important play.
Definitely, especially in such a respectful format as Wild. MrDollSteak following it up with playing the rest of the 1-drops. He wants to get a wide board so he can buff it early.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty gross, too. Especially if he gets any other small minion on his next turn, play it with Mark of the Lotus. Pretty good board.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, do your Dire Moles do more damage if they are, in fact, gold?
Yeah, psychological damage. Oh, this is a great... Look at this hand. Wow.
Oh.
What a curve.
Ooh, look at that
Oh,
life
the
tap.
life tap.
That's disgusting. This is probably one of the best, starts you can get for Token Druid.
Yep. I mean, Danny does have a Brawl in hand, which he'll probably be able to get out in a couple turns, but even then, still, I'd say a significant amount of damage.
Now, the players didn't get to see each other's deck list, did they?
I don't think so. I think they were
so
closed deck lists. So, Danny, I know he was really bringing a lineup to counter Starliner Druid, which I think is so funny because Danny's the guy who really was the advocate of that deck,
Yeah.
But luckily, his warrior deck does pretty well against aggro. So, but wow, look at this. MrDollSteak with that savage roar. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Malfurion yelling in the jungle, and that's gonna put Danny at 5.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, but Danny does have a few options here. Goes to sleep with the fishes. Oh. Man, Weapons Project, that's a great new card from the new
I
setup.
love Weapons Project so much.
It's I mean, it does so much stuff, destroys a weapon, gets you armor. Nice, just a nice option.
That was a pretty good turn from Danny there, though.
It was. It looks like he's really changed the momentum and pace of this game because now MrDollSteak is kind of just top decking here, looking for gas or something big, maybe like a Mr. Jeeves or something.
I've been impressed with Jeeves lately, especially I've seen it a lot in the Mech Hunter lists. Oh, just take the Mech Cthulhu, right? Oh. I always want it. But Danny being a smart player is taking the right choices.
That's why he's playing and I'm commentating,
I was joking. I was like, if every deck doesn't have Togwaggle or Yogg in it, I don't know if I can cast this tournament.
This would be a great situation. Living Mana is a great card to kind of catch up when you fall behind with a deck like this. But unfortunately, Danny just has every option available to him right now. So I'll probably go with Revenge. And he does.
Well played.
Yeah, him being at the low health, he's able to get those revenges off real good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what charge options MrDollSteak has here, but Danny's still within range. So let's see.
Yeah, Druid definitely has the ability to burst, so he's just trying to stick something on the board right now. And I like making the Panther. Get those kitty cats.
Yeah, continue to go wide. That's good. That's smart. I mean, he has branching paths, so even if the 2/1/1 stay on board, which they won't, but if they do, that represents 6 damage. So.
Oh, and getting out the 2/6 taunt.
Wow.
That feels pretty good if you're in the Control Warrior shoes.
Man, Danny has really turned this game around. The first 4 turns looked pretty.
It was looking scary.
It was done.
It was looking quite scary. And that's just the power of Life Tap, though. I mean, he could still get back in this.
Yeah, that's what makes decks like Zeus so strong.
Sir Finley. He's that guy.
He is that dude.
Living Mana
Man,
too.
look
not
at that.
bad.
Wow.
Now we know that Danny has the other brawl for if things get scary, but
Yeah.
Brawl's such a powerful card.
Yep. And with a warrior, it's just if you aren't continuously putting on pressure, then you eventually are gonna fall behind because the hero power. So this is not looking great for MrDollSteak, but he's still in it.
Yeah, he gets to draw off his creeper, which is good. There's that Jeeves we were talking about. That's yeah. Gosh, Dollstick's gonna go through his whole deck here.
I know. That is crazy.
If he turned 10, he's got 9 cards left in his deck. That's bananas.
And the thing is, this board is he wouldn't brawl here. Maybe
He's got 2.
slams into a brawl. Oh yeah. Oh. Ooh.
Vicious Swing Brawl. It seems fine. The 2/2 taunt always lives the brawl, right?
Yeah, of course. Oh, so
Got the spooter.
all the animals get into a little brawl, and the little spider walks away unscathed.
Now, if you're Dollstick, do you just feel comfortable running out the mana here?
I think you do. I think you push hard, life tap, and play Jeeves. Or maybe not even life. Well, obviously not life tap, I guess.
Yeah, he's going to be going into fatigue soon. 6 cards left in his deck.
Yeah. Gosh, man, it's crazy. If this were any other situation, this would be like a horrible spot for Danny, but he's got those options.
Ooh, the armor.
Drive
Guy.
with
So
armor.
good.
Oh, man.
He's so good.
Gosh.
Back up to 14 health. Draws Danny a
Wow.
card.
Wow.
Jeeves, you've betrayed your owner.
14. He's out of reach, right? Yeah. Wait, is he?
4, 8, 12.
Oh my
The
god.
next card down.
Oh no.
All right, well, he's at 1. He's at 1. Any of these guys
Wow.
surviving could present lethal.
Oh my god.
Man, that's
That,
scary.
wow. That is insane.
Like I was saying, the burst of Druid, it's just you can't underestimate it.
I mean it is lethal. He has to play Dr. Boom. Right? So
So many
Or-
choices.
I mean, you could brawl and hope one of your guys lives.
but then he has Savage Roar and the hero power.
Yeah.
So. Dang. Wow.
That's what he's going to
That
do.
is, you know what? That is crazy. I can't believe that this
Oh,
just
and the
occurred.
5/3 too. Dang,
Oh
I did not expect that.
That was crazy. I felt all the emotions in that game. MrDollSteak
Wow.
had a great start in the beginning. Danny was able to stabilize, but then, hey, life tap, Jeeves, a bunch of timely draws.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I did not expect it, honestly. That was, man, Token Druid looking good, though, right?
No, I know. I was, man, that's pretty quick.
Yeah,
And
that was a
resilient,
fast game 1
so,
there.
Yeah.
Should
That was
we get,
awesome.
You tell me when we're ready. We'll get the next one going.
Yeah, we can jump. We're ready to go. We can jump in it. Do you think Danny
Yeah.
could have done anything differently that game? Maybe played his AOE removal differently? I don't know. I thought he played well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he did a good job. I think he's just under so much pressure there.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous. That was a great game.
Alright. So we got here, looks like some kind of control warlock. He's got the sack pact. I wonder if it's the anti-combo lock.
Oh, this is a Mechathune warlock. So, but unlike standard Mechathune warlock, I think MrDollSteak is running Emperor instead of the mechs that discount mechs in your hand.
Oh,
And
okay.
Danny is running some kind of control paladin list.
I
I'm not
like
sure
the
if it's
sack
OTK.
packs.
Yep. Sack Pack's very versatile. Good with gosh, demonic project. Uh, and I don't know if MrDollSteak is playing those in this list, but he's got good options here. You guys see a lot of Mechathune decks in Wild? A lot of people playing different
I
types of
haven't.
Mechathune?
I haven't seen hardly any Mechathune where I've been at. Mostly I'm seeing nothing but different combo druids and then aggro to counteract combo druids.
Oh, the Witchwood Piper to get out another Pyro.
Dollsteak has a lot of good things to deal with that, though. He's got, I mean, he's got 2 Doomsayers, Defile, Coil. He's waiting for those 1/1s to come out.
You know what the craziest thing about MrDollSteak's opening hand here, though? Is everything is in gold.
Oh, yeah.
Mechathune, Hammett. There's only one way to play Hearthstone. If you are like a top level Hearthstone player, you got to have everything in gold.
I absolutely love golden cards, and I have an issue where I, disenchant a lot of things just to get more gold cards, and people make fun of me for it. So I hope you understand. Man, he's got everything that he needs. He's got the Hemmet, he has the Mechathune, he's got the Cataclysm. What's he just need? Bloodbloom?
He needs Emperor, but I mean he can just get it off of a. Oh well, yeah, he does need Bloodbloom. So you are right there.
So he's almost there.
Very close to there.
Which is scary.
Yep.
So let's see, we got.
This is interesting. Sylvanas,
There's a
oh wow,
Bloodbloom.
there you go. There's a Bloodbloom.
So now you're just free to hem it now because you got the Bloodbloom.
Yeah.
Leaves him with a whopping 6 cards in his deck. Now Danny has to know what's going on. He's like, okay, I get it now. I see what's happening.
Yeah.
I like the Blessing of Wisdom in Danny's hand.
This is a weird situation for Danny though, because he wants to outvalue this deck, but he can't. Like now, he's just on that clock.
I like keeping the Sylvanas too, not trading. You kind of want to kill them.
Yeah. He's gonna need to.
He drew the Void Lord after the guy went off. Always how it works.
Man, this is a difficult turn. Maybe he flips Emperor with the Death Lord. Oh gosh.
I mean, but really, he just wants stuff out of his deck, though, so it's not that big of a deal.
That is true. I mean, I think maybe you played.
I like
the Doomsayer or
Doomsayers.
something. Yeah.
Do you play both of them though? If you Doomsayer,
I think you do. He's got what 5 or 4 cards left in his deck.
yeah, you just want to draw. I kind of like this. I'm gonna draw a couple cards.
Yeah.
I probably would have played the Doomsayers, but let's see. Dollstick has 3 cards in his deck. Danny just needs to kill him quick. Do him a big kill.
Yeah. And he's does he have a coin? No, he doesn't. So.
Ooh, Dark Conviction. That's a card we don't get to get see played nearly enough.
Yep, definitely. Man, Wild you get access just to so much great cards.
He's, I mean, yeah, I would love the Consecration here too. He's just close to dead.
Yeah.
Draw another card.
And MrDollSteak can't play that Void Lord.
So I mean, he's representing lethal here. He played the coin last turn.
Yeah. He's won, right? I mean.
He could sack pack the. Oh, what a pickup there! What a pickup from Dollsteak.
He needed to though, right? I mean, he was dead any other way. So.
Oh, but he pulled the Mal'Ganis. So, ooh, this is a tough turn. This is a tough turn for Danny.
Yeah, what does he do? What do you do here? Because I mean, the Void Lords are gonna come out.
Is his last card Thaurissan then in his deck?
Yeah, so he does need a tick off of it. So this is a lot closer.
Man, the Mal'Ganis is pretty big there too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he was just straight dead.
Yep.
We're gonna play with some fire here. He's going to just kill his own Sylvanas to grab the Mal'Ganis. I love that.
Great play right here.
I love it. If only he could give Mal'Ganis charge.
And this game is still very well in reach.
Ooh, Zola on Mal'Ganis. Love it. All right.
That's a spicy play.
Well, what's crazy here, so DollSteak needs to play Thaurissan to be able to win, but he needs to play Voidlord to not die, and now he's in fatigue.
Yeah. It looks like Danny's going to close this game out.
Oh, he has the equality too. So if he... Oh, the equality will kill his dudes because of Pyromancer, unfortunately.
Does he have a No, he doesn't have a consecration there.
He used consecration early. He could hit there. So if he could get any damage on.
He has Uther in hand, so...
Do equality here? Yeah. So this lets you kill all the void babies too.
Oh no, he hasn't. He just needs to get him to 9. So
he could wait. Could he have hit with Uther onto one of those and then hit him with the Mal'Ganis?
Yeah, he.
Oh, he didn't have the mana for it.
Yeah, he couldn't play both. But...
I always forget that cards cost mana.
Yeah, why didn't they make it 8?
Yeah,
seriously. More sense, right?
So now you can Ghoul Dangerous here, which seems kind of good.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna hold back the Void Baby so it doesn't draw him a card. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Whew, that feels a lot better if you're in the DollSteak camp. Now either of those, the Void Callers pull out that Void Lord. You have your hero power, so you can hopefully play Thaurissan next turn. So he just has to live 2 turns.
Yep. Man, these games have been
so close.
Exciting. A lot of tempo and momentum swings.
And I like just seeing
really good.
I like seeing different decks than we normally see.
I agree. I agree.
That's one of my favorite things about these tournaments is you just get to see different stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'd ever see any Mechathune Warlock. So this is a pleasant surprise.
So here you gotta kill one of your own minions. Yeah. Get that tick off, and then it should be game next turn.
Yeah. There's no OTK. Like, he would need the Emperor tick. And even then, I don't think it would be enough for the OTK. Oh, this could be a big... Oh!
Wait. There it... Oh, wow. Man. Wow. Dang, the tides have turned. Dirty Rat yet again. My favorite card, Dirty Rat.
Dude, that's why Danny is the man. Like, that was incredible.
That was looking so grim for him too.
I know. I was like, man, this is
the Dirty Rat though. I was like, all right, here we go. Yeah, and he knows it's over.
Yeah. Wow, what a game. What a swing.
Game.
Gosh, I can't believe these two things happened. So the first game, it was like the opposite situation, right? MrDollSteak came out early, Danny stabilized, and DollSteak was able to take that match. And the same thing happened in the second game, except the other way. So Danny with a big win there. And just a wise play. He was so patient about that Dirty Rat. So
Just shows
that
the
was
power of Dirty Rat, though. Like, that's probably why it's my favorite card. Is he took a game where he's lost the game and then came back and just did it. Dirty Rat, so good.
Yeah, definitely. It feels versus combo decks. It feels so bad to be on that type of clock, and maybe you just drew poorly or stumbled on a couple turns, and to lose just because of hey, this guy hit Hammett on curve or whatever.
Yeah.
And got his combo. But,
Well, and Danny, you know that DollSteak has the Mech Cthulhu in hand and maybe another minion. So it was good. He gave himself a good 50% there. I love it.
Yeah, they made a lot of great plays. So now MrDollSteak can't play Druid. Danny can't play Paladin. So Danny's going to go to his Shaman deck, and MrDollSteak is back on the Mechithune.
And how refreshing is it to see a Shaman that isn't even Shaman? Oh my gosh.
I know, yeah, and Danny's running a pretty crazy list.
I feel like 98% of decks I see on ladder right now are even Shaman.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
It's good. Nate
It's a
Wolf
strong
had
deck.
me playing. He made me play the even Shaman with the weaponized pinata in it. So that's what we were streaming the other day. Deck is fun.
Oh man, you gotta send me that deck list. I don't know if I. Oh, and you just pull out the 2-drop. What weaponized pinata, is that the legendary one?
Yeah, it gives you a
Or-
random legendary. Ooh, what?
Oh, that sounds fun.
We get Rag here. Ooh, Lich King. All right.
Rich King.
Well, DollSteak's got his Blood Bloom. He's got his Hemet. So he's got
Yeah.
he's got all the things he needs. I love the
Tempo
Doomsayer.
Doomsayer here.
It's good.
Great play.
Whenever we see Barnes, I'm always expecting it to be in Big Priest because that's the deck that plays it. So let's see.
How do you still see a lot of big priests on ladder? I
do.
haven't seen many.
I've seen quite a bit. At least the last day or two. It's annoying because I only see it when I'm playing Reno Lock. Because it just steamrolls me.
It's always like that, isn't it? Like, you play something and it's always the counter that you end up queuing
Oh
into.
yeah, every time, no matter what. It's like guaranteed. I like this. I haven't seen the Shaman list before. I like it though.
Yeah, me neither. It's a pretty interesting deck. It's a little greedy, but I mean that always makes for fun mid-game turns.
Oh, the Dirty Rat.
Oh,
No, that's the card he needed. Does he get another Dirty Rat? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
Wow.
love Danny Donuts. He knows the way to my heart playing. If I could play 2 Dirty Rats in every deck, I always try to find a way. I love Dirty Rats so much.
I feel like if you're not playing Starline and Druid or some kind of and even if you are playing like those types of decks, if your meta's full of those types of matchups, you should play Dirty Rat, right? I mean,
Yeah, and if you're Danny, you just wait till the turn that he Emperor Thar sends and just has nothing in his hand, and then just play your Dirty Rat.
exactly.
Does Danny's list run Hex? Oh, it's right there. Never mind.
Yeah, it does.
It played Hex. My apologies. The deck used to play Hex. That's gross.
It looks like MrDollSteak has a nice hand though. He's got a bunch of demons in there that can get pulled out. So
Oh, there's
wow.
another good
And
demon to get pulled
there's
out.
another good one.
Do you defile here?
I don't know.
Get you a big boy. It could get the Void Caller.
No, you should probably Void Caller.
I like Void Caller defile.
Yeah.
Huh? Never punished. Get to draw a card for free. Mal'Ganis. Powerful boy. Man, I love Mal'Ganis. He's one of my favies.
Yeah, he's such a crazy card. It looks like DollSteak is gonna hold that second Void Caller, till the end of the match, and hopefully when that second Dirty Rat comes out, it pulls the Void Caller and not Mechithune. So I doubt that we'll see DollSteak play any more creatures from hand.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's
Well,
rough.
it whiffed. Yep.
Man, we could have seen it again. I kind of would have liked to see him hold that for a little longer.
Yeah.
You know he's got... no, because he could go off the next turn, so I like it. It's smart.
That's true. I mean, the Emperor tick was there, so you know
Yeah.
Mecha'thun was in the hand.
But he can't do it this turn because he'll have the... Oh, no, he can because he can trade in. So there it is. Dang. We get to see a Mecha'thun victory.
Man, that was fun. That was fast.
I love
Wow.
Mecha'thun so much.
Yeah, it's a great concept. I love that card. And MrDollSteak summons the power of Exodia Mecha'thun and takes the third match. And he's one win away.
Yeah,
man,
so
this is an exciting series.
Yeah, I didn't... Oh, man. This has been crazy. So we got DollSteak up 2 to Danny Donuts on 1.
Yep.
I do...
Just joining us.
Just me. I have to say, I do love seeing a Mecha'thun victory. I love him so much.
Yeah, you know, it's nice. It definitely is nice to see. So, it just shows that the deck is very viable, right?
Yeah.
In some sense.
It seemed
could have won
more,
both games.
It seemed more consistent than I expected.
Yeah, definitely.
So here we got Rogue versus Warrior. Looks like just Odd Rogue versus the Control Warrior.
Yep.
I think this is a match where Control Warrior can do really good.
Oh, definitely. But MrDollSteak looks like he has a good opening. I mean, he has a pirate into patches.
The biggest problem I see with DollSteak's opening is that Buccaneer is not gold. What is he doing with his life?
It's insanity.
He's got the gold patches, but no
everything
gold
gold.
Buccaneer? Come on.
I don't know, man. And it's a pirate. Like, just lore-wise, you'd expect it to have gold.
There's that weapons project. He gets the tick on Buccaneer on his weapon.
Oh, gosh.
The synergy.
That was not right. Danny, you were absolutely correct there. That was not right. That was messed up. And there goes that 4 armor.
That is some weird interaction. I actually didn't think that it was going to do that.
Yeah.
Weapon project, though, it's still super good.
It's a great card. Still a great card, yep.
This is going to be a good rat. Even just getting the Lotheb
man.
out of his hand's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Lotheb's such a powerful card in Odd Rogue.
Now, I guess the one positive for Danny here also is that MrDollSteak has whiffed on his 3-drop. So, at least the tempo isn't as crazy as it could be, although he's going pretty wide.
Although we saw, from the first game, Danny can definitely deal with wide board states with that deck.
Yep. He has the Revenge in hand, so we'll see if MrDollSteak plays around life totals a little bit. I don't know.
Probably not. I don't think you can as the rogue.
And Odd Rogue, too, it really does suffer from those big board wipes, right? Like, once they've spent a good chunk of their hand, they don't really have many tools to catch back up. So
that's such a good Fungal Mancer, too. It lets you punch face with your 7/5. It's not bad.
Yep.
Man. All right. Well, we see Danny under a lot of pressure already.
Yep. That could be a game. Well, Sludge Belcher's a pretty good card, too. So, what does he do here?
I've been pretty impressed with Giggling Inventor, how many decks it's been in both Wild and Standard.
It's such a strong card. I don't even know how I feel about it. It's just it's so good.
Yeah, it's just strictly good. All right. Well, we see Odd Rogue. Could this be the third victory for MrDollSteak?
He's on the verge of winning this, but
Frothing Berserker.
Danny has shown resilience in his other games.
If only he had one more mana, could Revenge and Sludge Belcher.
Revenge.
He can Weapons Project and Armor Up. Gains you 8 health. you just punch? Do you just punch the 7-2?
I don't know.
Well, you got to be afraid of cold blood.
Yeah.
All right, he's at 4. He can play a yeah, that's it, because he's got toast.
Yeah, guys.
Dang, a quick third victory. That's insanity.
And that SI7 agent is going to close it out for MrDollSteak, and he's going to win 3-1. Man, that was a less exciting game as the first 2 or the first 3, but it was very, very well played. And just Odd Rogue, always one of the most powerful aggro decks out there.
Yeah, it was a very, very impressive game. So we had winner here going to MrDollSteak.
Yay,
Danny
congratulations,
Donuts, unfortunately.
MrDollSteak.
So let's get these guys in for an interview.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get them into this call here.
While you do that, I'll just recap the matches that we had in the first match. Danny was playing Control Warrior versus MrDollSteak's Token Druid. MrDollSteak got out on the board early. Danny wiped that board multiple times, but MrDollSteak had the Warlock hero power from Sir Finley, as well as a few good timely draws, and was able to close that match out. In the second match, Danny was able to use Control Paladin and beat MrDollSteak's Mechathune Warlock with a very timely Dirty Rat towards the end of the game, and just good pressure overall in that game. In the third game, MrDollSteak finally got the Mechathune Warlock win when he beat Danny Donut's Big Shaman. And in the final match, which you just saw, MrDollSteak was able to close it out with the Odd Rogue, and just a good start.
See if you can add them to this call. It's not letting me for some reason. It's being super dumb.
How do I add friends to DM? Is that what I do here? Is that what I should do here?
Here we go. Pending. I hate Discord sometimes. All right, let's do this. Do. Oh,
those are definitely good games, man.
Yeah, those are quick.
Yeah. Wow. That was like 50 minutes. They played 4 games in 50 minutes, and those are fast games. It was incredible. I really enjoyed every game there. One thing that, as a viewer, I like to see the most are we got a pending thing here. Oh, there we go.
Okay, let's see.
Am I friends with these people?
Danny and
I gotta make these guys. How do I do that?
Oh. Let's see. I think the call just dropped because Discord. Great. 1 second here. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this to work. I promise, guys. Discord sometimes is very nice.
Great set, guys.
All right, there we go. I'm here.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was really fun, definitely. Some good BM on both parts. Got to get those narratives going.
I know. I man, the best BM moment for me was the Dirty Rat on the Lothep into the timely thanks call. They were good games all around, but that last game, just not as close as the first 3. Those first 3 were incredible. What a roller coaster ride!
Yeah, I was super impressed with all those games. That Dirty Rat, man, Dirty Rat was shining for you, Danny.
Yeah, Grizzly said this earlier, but you live or you die by the rat.
Oh, I love him. He's one of my favorite cards of all time ever for that reason.
But Danny, you played the rat so well in all your matches. I mean, like maybe in that final match, you got unlucky, but man, you really did show great patience in all your matches, playing the rat at the right time. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was definitely a good move to actually do the rat in the last game anyway, because I had a bunch of fireflies in my hand. He just got really unlucky pulling the Lothep. So.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's a percentage thing, but it worked for all the other times.
Yeah.
So.
I still think it was the right play, especially against Odd Rogue. You just jam it. You're like, whatever. Maybe I get a Buccaneer or something.
Yeah. Or another battle cry. I mean, at least you wasted the Lothep battle cry. So,
Yeah, that's true. Lothop's battle cry seals the game out sometimes, so that's good in there. And I also learned about the weapons project interaction. I thought that
Yeah.
wasn't going to buff it.
I didn't
I was
either.
like, okay, I'll give him the weapon. He's not equipping it, but apparently it gets the buff.
Yeah, I was literally
Yeah.
just like saying, okay, yeah, the weapons project gets the 2. It's a 3/3. Okay, what? That's a weird interaction.
Yeah, I mean that was a quick
I
way to
was
get rid of
very,
6 armor.
very pleasantly surprised by that. I had no clue that was going to happen, and I liked the good old oops from Danny there as well. It was fun games for sure.
MrDollSteak, tell us a little bit about why you brought those 3 decks for this week, since you knew that. I mean, this week was no rules, no restrictions. What made you decide on those 3 decks?
Sure. Well, when I was looking at Danny's lineup and I saw it was Shaman, Paladin, and Warrior, I was at first thinking, all right, it's probably going to be an all aggro lineup, Pirate, Warrior, even Shaman. But then I thought, no, all of those classes can also run Dirty Rat, and I'm bringing classes that look like I would be weak to Dirty Rat. So I thought I'd just go a more aggressive route, try and steal some early games because I imagined he'd predict I'd bring some control decks. Aggro Druid, for example, I was actually really happy with. I actually did a bit of testing on the ladder with it. And even though it's not as good as it was back in its prime, it's still a really good deck, especially now because everyone's mulliganing for combo druids.
Yeah,
you
can
got
really
that one.
steal some early game.
yeah, that was one
If I
thing.
hadn't
I was very,
won that
very
first
impressed with
game-
that.
That first game with the aggro druid, I don't think I would have won the set because as soon as you know it's aggro druid, it loses a lot of its power.
Yeah, and that first game, Danny still did have a very strong control hand. He was looking really well, but that Warlock hero power really paid off. So.
Oh, for sure. I was definitely in a tight spot once he cleared the first living mana. I thought, oh dear. And yeah, again, Finley just totally won that game, didn't it? Just carried.
Jeeves got you back too. Jeeves was really strong.
Yeah, that's what was towards the end. I think you only had like 4 cards left in your deck at the end. It was insane.
Actually, I don't know if you noticed, but that last turn when there were only 4 cards in my deck, I tapped because I thought if I pull Power of the Wild or Mark of Yasharaj, I have lethal this turn, but didn't get there. So I was really worried that would be the turn Danny'd be able to swing it around, but got lucky in the end. So
yeah, it was looking really good for a while from the Control Warrior standpoint. In the end, there was some beefy hits coming from the Druid.
Yeah, that turn when everything got buffed up, it was really tough. And I thought I had a clear on there, but I was like, the one minion survived the brawl. Obviously, it came down to that brawl.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That was a good point as well. Keeping the Raven was huge.
That was a good match. And in the second match, the momentum swings were the other direction. Like Danny, you had a good start, good pressure early, and then
you see the Hemet come down, and then you're like, "Uh-oh, this is a Mechathune deck."
Hemet again.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, Danny, it's gonna be a short day for you today, but you know what? No, it was not. You played so well. That was a great match. I learned so much about playing around combo decks from that match. That was awesome.
Yeah, I kind of built the Paladin deck more or less to be able to beat any combo deck where you're running Witchwood Piper and to pull your Dirty Rats, and that's one of the cool things that Paladin has. Paladin is just, as a control shell, you can do the same thing you can do with Control Warrior with Dirty Rats and Death Lords, but I mean, it's not as good at being able to clear big minions, but you can play stuff, and like I was also running the OTK like alternative win condition. Specifically, if he was playing a Reno Warlock list, I was like, okay, this deck can probably beat any combo Druid, but it'll against Warlock that really doesn't have a good end game. So I kind of snuck in Auction Master Beardo and the Uther to look for the OTK.
Yeah,
but it looks like the Dirty Rat saved me in that one.
It was real good.
Definitely.
And actually, if you had pulled any of the minions in my hand, it would have had the same effect. They had Doomsayer and Void Lord. And if you had pulled the Doomsayer, it would have cleared the board, proccing my Void Caller, bringing down my Void Lord, which means I can't combo anymore because the Death Rattle goes off first, and it would fill the board with the 1/3s.
Mm-hmm.
So that Dirty Rat would have, anything you would have pulled would have won the game there. So it was, yeah, very, very good deck to beat me. Honestly, when you got the Sylvanas and you were getting me down to 5 health, I was like, uh-oh. And then when the Godfrey came out of the Death Lord, I was like, oh dear, I have no way to deal with this board anymore.
I know. It looked like he could have just
very
straight
close.
killed you. I was like, oh man, he's getting close to just making him dead.
I was kind of afraid that you were Reno deck as well, and I'm like, okay, I'll put the pressure on so that he has to Reno. But then when you played the second Void Caller, I'm like, okay, now I can just keep going and smorking, force you to play a Gul'dan.
Yeah.
It was good play all around. I think there were a lot of small decisions that maybe less seasoned players would have misplayed, like, you know, not attacking with the Void, the little Void kitty guy with the Blessing of Wisdom on it to prevent the fatigue, and not clearing out the board so there was no board space to play creatures and things of that nature. Those man, you guys are really good. Those great games.
Yeah, that was a really fun game.
Yeah, I think the only misplay that I even saw from it all was the last game with Odd Rogue. In your opening hand, everything was gold except that Buccaneer. I'm just saying that's a misplay.
It's crazy.
Well, I don't know if I had the coin in my Mechathune games, but I crafted that deck all gold. So,
I did see that. I was
we
happy
saw
to see that.
Yeah. We were talking about it. That was a very classy deck, indeed. Hey guys,
not too bad on ladder, I have to say. If anyone's feeling brave.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you know, but you can't play it unless it's full gold. So I don't think you have the same type of results. But so good luck, guys. Gold Hemet, gold Mechathune.
Easy peasy.
Hey, any comments you guys want to say about the games that you guys played, or I don't know, any any insight that you can share about some of the matches, maybe?
First, Danny, or you good for me?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I designed my lineup more or less to try to beat Combo Druid because that's such a strong deck, and I mean, MrDollSteak was bringing Druid, so that switch to aggro Druid really got me. But yeah, I was running Dirty Rats in every deck, and I actually was running an Azalina in the Control Warrior. You guys didn't get to see that, but if you're playing up against like specifically for like a Reno Lock Mirror, Azalina's underrated card, and that's one of the things that Control Warrior misses when you're playing up against control decks. So that's the cool tech I had. Yeah. Oh, and Witchwood Piper. That's a thing too. It'll draw your Dirty Rats.
Yep. I liked the Witchwood Piper in that Shaman list you were running.
Yeah, it was funny. I discarded the Dirty Rat, and then I immediately played the Witchwood Piper to draw the other one.
Second. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I was literally asking him, like, hey, does Danny run Hex in this deck? And then he milled him like, oh, he used to run Hex in this deck.
Yeah, at that point, you don't really care about the overdraws. You're honestly putting your fate in the Dirty Rat.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, in terms of things I noticed, I just want to give a shout out to Branching Paths. That card is just insane. Definitely did a lot for aggro Druid, and I think if chance of coming back into the meta at all, it's going to be using Branching Paths, and I think it should be anyway. And yeah, in terms of the Mechathune game, yeah, just overall really, really cool lines from Danny there. I knew the Dirty Rat was coming, so in the second game that I brought it, I tried to keep my hand as full as possible and got a bit lucky there. It's actually quite a hard deck to play in terms of knowing when to draw, when not to draw. You would have seen probably some aggressive tapping at the beginning of the game, and then it's slowing down quite a lot towards the end. It's about knowing, when, especially if you hem it, how many cards are still in your deck, need to get the combo, and then deciding from there if a tap is actually going to change it up too much. Especially if Emperor's in the hand there. So
yeah, especially when you're
I
getting to
definitely
worry
would
about
recommend
fatigue.
that deck. I've actually had some really good results with it on ladder, and it's really, really fun is the other thing. But yeah, it's hard. Even knowing when to ham it is as well as the other thing. Like against aggressive decks, you actually probably want to not hem it too quickly, because after hem it, the only anti-aggro you get are the Void Lords and Godfrey.
Yep.
Against some decks, so you might just want to wait a bit to get the Dark Bombs and the Doomsayers and the Demon Wraths, and that's a deck that I've actually experimented with a lot. I originally didn't have the Demon big package at all, and just ran like I think Tainted Zealots and like Drain Souls and things. It was so much worse. So yeah, Void Caller is absolutely busted and probably needs a nerf.
Yeah, Void
Yes,
Color is very
not
good.
anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a Void Color nerf anytime soon when we have Biology Project and Psych Millen running around.
Exactly.
The crazy thing too, though, I think is especially like Danny's lineup. Like, I don't think a Starline and Druid deck would have done very well against that lineup at all.
No.
So do you guys think that do you think that those Druid cards should be nerfed, like Psych Melon?
So I think it's in the same spot where where Giants Warlock was in the past, where initially no one really knew how to combat the deck, so it was very, very oppressive. But then everyone started teching their decks, and then you could beat it. It just became a really polarized matchup. So I think that Druid is starting to go a little bit towards that. I mean, it's been 2 weeks since the expansion came out, maybe 3 weeks. So people are starting to figure out how to play around it and like just doing different things to combat it. But I'm not sure if there's enough to do that, but there's definitely room to tech against the deck.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, that's so true. Like on the first few days, I just, I was seeing them and they'd get their combos off pretty much every single turn 5 or 6 and just absolutely destroy every experimental deck I was running. But yeah, now that everyone's putting in Dirty Rats and Death Lords, they have to be a bit more careful. And Togwaggle actually has gone popular now with Starliner around. To me, because I don't know which one. I would probably say off the top of my head that Togwaggle should be better, but it's clear that that's more because I think Starliner is just so much more Dirty Rat resistant. So I just think Druid's in this really dangerous spot, like Danny said, where it's becoming really polarizing and is being able to tech against people teching against it as well. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think we have to see maybe another month would be enough to really determine if it's too dangerous. But even then, they might not nerf anything too quickly because Druid's not really a problem in standard. So
yeah, exactly.
it is a bit worrying.
It's very true. Very true.
Run the Melon, do they? No, I don't think they do.
No,
they don't.
No. I mean, Togwaggle kind of mops up Starliner, though, right? I mean,
yeah, Togwaggle Druid wins against Starliner, but against a meta that's very Dirty Rat heavy, you just inherently end up beating Togwaggle a lot more because if you pull any of the combo pieces there, you're in trouble. There's not much resilience in the deck to Dirty Rat.
Very true. Very true. Well, guys, man, I think we reached the end of that stream. Great games all around. Could you maybe tell the people at home where they can find you guys? YouTube or Twitter, Twitch?
Sure. Well, for me, you can find me on Twitter personally at DannyDonuts_HS. And you can hear me on my podcast, Well Met, which we air, Mondays we put out a show. So check that out on iTunes.
Cool.
And in my case, I definitely don't have anything as impressive as Danny, but you can find me on Twitter just with the / MrDollSteak, capitals on the M, the D, and the S. I'm not super active at the moment, just because I haven't had as much time to play as I would like. But I have put in a few legend things up in the past, and I occasionally run. So keep an eye out there if you want to see any weird deck builds or tournaments coming up. And yeah, thanks everyone.
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, you do have a 3-1 win over Danny in the first week of the Into the Wild Hearthstone League to add to your accolades, Mr. Dollsteak. I'm Kensanity. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/KensanityHS or on Twitch. And my co-host, Saucy.
Yeah, and I'm just Saucy Mailman. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all those places, just Saucy Mailman. And I stream Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Guys, those were great matches. Thanks so much for you guys being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank all of you guys for putting it on.
Yeah, and thanks to all of you at home who watched these matches. I'm sure they were enjoyable because they were definitely enjoyable for me and Saucy. So I'm excited to see how the rest of the league plays out. Yep.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
See you later.